Hello and welcome back, dear students. Wish you all stay happy, healthy and safe at home and do your studies regularly and properly. I am Yoshna Parak and today we are going to do a new chapter from your English grammar textbook for standard 4 students. The name of this chapter is Reading Comprehension. Reading, that means to read, and comprehension, that means paragraph or passage. So in this chapter we have to read a comprehension or a passage or paragraph. After that we have to understand it, analyze it and to check how much we have understood. Some questions are given about this paragraph and you have to find the answers of those questions from the given paragraph only. So in reading comprehension, the passage is given, you have to read it, understand it and then write the answers of the given question that you have to do in this chapter. So the most important part of this paragraph is title. How will you come to know that what is the topic of that paragraph? What is it about? So when you will read the title, from the title you will get the idea that what is the topic of that paragraph. Before reading, you should know the topic of that paragraph. So for that, the title is given. That is why the title is the most important part of the paragraph. Here. So now, let us see one example. We will read the title, understand it, and then we will read the paragraph. I will explain it to you, and then we will see the question answer. And we will try to find the answer of those questions from the given paragraph. So, how you have to do that we will understand with this example. Let us begin now. This paragraph is given about penguins, the cutest birds. So, from the title, you can understand that this paragraph is about bird. Which bird? Penguin. So, the title gives us information what is the topic of that paragraph. Here the passage is given about penguin bird. Some information is given about penguins that we are going to read. Now we have understood the topic of that paragraph. Now we will read the paragraph and I will explain it to you. Let us see what information is given about penguins. Penguins are flightless birds. Flightless, that means they cannot fly. Penguins are birds, they have wings, but still they cannot fly. Here you can see the image of penguins. They have wings, but they cannot fly. They are flightless birds like kiwi, ostrich. So flightless, that means who cannot fly. They have black and white feathers and a funny walk called waddle. They have feathers. What colors feathers? Black and white. These two colors are found mostly in the penguins. Penguins are of the color black and white. And the way they walk, that is quite funny because they have small legs, short legs. And that is why the way they walk, it is very funny. That is called waddle. The movement of penguin is called waddle. So they are birds. They have wings, but they cannot fly. Two colors are found in penguins, that is black and white. Their feathers are of two colors, black and white. And because their legs are short, that is why they walk. When they walk, it seems quite funny. And the walking style of penguins is called waddle. Next is penguins huddle shoulders to shoulder. Huddle, that means to rub shoulder to shoulder with their wings tied against their bodies to keep each other warm. What do? They huddle shoulder to shoulder with wings tight against their bodies. They rub their wings tight against their bodies to keep each other warm. That means this penguin and this penguin. These two penguins are there and they will rub their shoulders with each other and they will rub their wings with each other so that they can keep their bodies warm. As many as 5,000 penguins sometimes cluster together to warm each other up. They do not warm themselves but they warm each other by rubbing their shoulder with each other. So, for that you can see at one time even 5,000 penguins together rubbing each other, warming each other. So, it is clear that penguins live in groups. Next is penguins spend a significant amount of time under water. That means penguins are aquatic birds in search of food. Why they spend time under water? For food. What kind of food they will find underwater? They like to have fishes or sea animal or aquatic animals. Let us see. Their main diet is fish, although they also eat. Their main diet is fish, but they also eat squid, crustaceans and small shrimp-like animal called krill. So they like to eat squid, crustaceans, krill and fishes. What we understood about penguins? That they spend most of their time under water. Why? To get food. What they have in their food? Fish, crustaceans, krill and squid. This kind of aquatic animals are eaten by penguins. Penguins can be extremely playful. They really like to have fun with each other. They are enjoyable, playful animal or bird. They love to slide on their tummies. What is tummy? That is belly, stomach. Or dive off cliff into the water for fun. Penguins are birds, so they can live even on ground and under water. So they spend most of time underwater, but they come out even on land. And from land, here you can see the cliff that is rock. So here you can see the cliff. From these rocks, they jump into the water. That is called diving. And sometimes they slide on their tummy, on their belly. They like to do this kind of fun activities and they are very playful. What they do to play? They slide on their bellies and they jump from the rocks, from the cliff into the water. They dive into the water. Then, of the many species of penguins, the emperor penguins are the tallest and heaviest penguins. They grow to a height of about 3 feet 7 inches and weight about 35 kilograms. Their average height, whose average height? Of emperor penguins. Their average height is about 3 feet 7 inches and their average weight can be of 35 kilograms. So they are the highest and heaviest. They are the tallest and heaviest penguins. Emperor penguins. You know the meaning of emperor is king. So because they are tallest and heaviest, that's why they can be called the supreme of all other penguins, and that is why they are called emperor penguins. So this was the information given about penguins. What we understood about penguins? First thing, that penguins cannot fly. Penguins are flightless bird. Second thing, we understood that they have two colors in their feathers, black and white. Third thing we understood about penguins, that they spend their most of time under water to get food. What they like fish and krill, crustaceans, squid. And they are very playful, they like to have fun. What they do for that? They slide on their bellies. Sometimes they jump into the water from the cliff. They dive into the water from rocks. And penguins mostly live in groups. They warm each other by rubbing their shoulders and wings to each other's body to keep them warm, and that is why they stay in groups. Mostly or sometimes you can see even 5,000 penguins all together at one place. So it is clear that they live in groups. Why they live in groups? To warm each other, to keep themselves warm. How they warm each other? By rubbing their shoulders and wings to each other's body. And because their legs are short, the way they walk, it is very funny, and that funny walk is called waddle. And among all the species, all the kinds of penguins, the most tallest and heaviest species is emperor penguin. They are the tallest and heaviest penguins among all the species of penguins, that is emperor penguins. Their average height is about 3 feet 7 inches and their average weight can be of 35 kilograms. So this was the information given about penguins. Now we will see the question answer. First exercise is given. Fill in the blanks with words from the passage. Here, words would be given. So here, blanks are given and you have to fill that blank from the given passage. From this passage. Okay. Now we will try to find those answers from the passage. First question is, penguins are dash birds. We know that penguins are birds, but what kind of birds? They are flightless birds. They cannot fly. Like kiwi, ostrich, they also cannot fly. So penguins are flightless birds. Penguins have a funny walk. What does the walk of penguins called? Waddle. The funny walk of penguins is called waddle. Next is, penguins huddle shoulder to shoulder to keep each other. Why they rub their shoulder to each other? To keep each other warm. So here the answer will be warm. Penguins spend a significant amount of time where? Under water. Why? To get food. In search of food, they spend their most of time under water. Penguins are very dash and love to slide on their tummies or dive off cliffs into the water for fun. When they do this kind of fun, that means they are very funny, they like to have mischievous things and they like to enjoy. So they like to have fun. That is called playful. What is the nature of penguins? They are playful, fun-loving, and they are very lovely animals. What they do to have fun? They slide on their tummies and they dive into the water from cliff. So here we have completed our first exercise. Now let us see the second exercise. In this some questions are given and you have to write the answers of these questions from the given paragraph. Now let us see this. First one is, how do penguins keep each other warm? They warm each other, but how? So the answer we saw in paragraph that they used to rub each other's shoulder and wings to each other's body to keep themselves warm. That is why they stay in groups. Even 5,000 penguins can be seen at one time at one place. So the answer is penguins huddle their shoulders to shoulder with their wings tied against their bodies to keep each other warm. Not to themselves only, to keep each other warm. So they rub their bodies with each other to keep each other warm. What do penguins like to eat? As they spend their most of time underwater, they like to eat fish mostly. But other than fish, they like to have squid, crustaceans and krill. So the answer is they like to eat fish, squid, crustaceans and small shrimp-like animals called krill. Next question is, name the tallest and the heaviest species of penguins. Which one is that? Emperor penguins. They are the tallest and heaviest penguins among all the species of penguins. How tall can they grow and how much do they weigh on an average? On an average, we saw that their height can be up to 3 feet 7 inches. Average height can be up to 3 feet 7 inches and their average weight can be up to 35 kilograms. The emperor penguins are the tallest and the heaviest penguins among all the species of penguins. They grow to a height of about 3 feet 7 inches and weigh about 35 kilograms. That's the average. But the height and weight is the highest or the most height and the most weight they have. Who? Emperor penguins among all the species of penguins. So as they are the tallest and heaviest, that is why they are called emperor, king. Pick words from the passage which mean the opposite of these words. So you have to write the opposite meaning of opposite word of this given words, but those opposite words you have to find from the paragraph. Clear? So first word is given loose. Opposite of loose is tight. The tight word is given in the paragraph, so we will write here tight. Next word is cool. Cool, that means cold. Opposite of cool, that is warm, and the warm word is given in the paragraph, so we will write here warm. Next is shortest. That means the one who has the least height. Opposite of it, that means the one who has the most height. That is tallest. So here we will write tallest. Opposite of smallest, that is tallest. Or opposite of shortest, that is tallest. So here we have completed the exercise of this passage. I hope now that how you have to do reading comprehension is clear to you. First, you have to read the comprehension, understand it, and then some questions are given. You have to find the answer of those questions from the given paragraph. Clear? And in this way you can analyze how much you understood in that paragraph. How will you come to know the topic of the paragraph? By the title of the paragraph. That is the most important part of the paragraph. So in this way reading comprehension is done. Read the comprehension, understand it, and then write the answers of the given question from the passage. That is what reading comprehension is. With this example, as I have explained it to you, I think that this topic is clear to you. Now we will see another example for more clarification. This example and exercise has been completed. Let us move further. Now in this second passage, the poem is given, and first we will read the title of the poem, and then I will read the poem, explain it to you, and then we will see the question answer. So first, the topic of this poem is moon. The poem is about moon. By the title you can understand it. So let us see what the poet has explained about moon. Let us begin now the poem. The moon has a face like the clock in the hall. That means hall is one room in our house. So in my hall there I have a clock, and the moon looks same like my clock. The clock is in round shape and moon is also round. The face of moon looks like the clock which I have in my hall, in my house. So the face of moon look like clock that I have in my hall. She shines on this, on the garden wall. Who is she here? The moonlight. The moonlight shines on the hills, which I can see from the window of my house, that in my house there is a garden, and through the garden wall the thieves are trying to come inside. How can I see the thieves? Because the moonlight is coming on thieves. The moonlight is shining on thieves. So I can see that the thieves are coming into the house through the garden wall. How can I see? That moonlight shining on those things. So there is a moon in the sky that looks like the clock which I have in my hall, and the light which is shining in the garden. With that shine I can see some thieves are trying to come in the house through the garden wall. That moonlight is shining on the thieves which are coming inside the house through the garden wall. On streets and fields and harbor quays and birdies asleep in the forks of the trees. Quays, that means key. Here the key is pronounced as quays, just to rhyme with this. Clear? Hall is rhyming with the wall and quays is rhyming with the trees. So I can see on street and fields and harbor keys and birdies, that means birds, asleep they are, that is the time of night. So birds are sleeping in the forks of the trees. Forks, that means in the nest or in the hole which they have made in the trees. So they are asleep or they are sleeping in trees. The squealing cat and the squealing mouse. Squealing is the sound that cat produces, and squealing, that is the sound that mouse produces. So the mouse squeals and the cat squeals. The cat is squealing and the mouse is squealing. The howling dog. Dogs are howling, they are barking by the door of the house. Why they are barking? Because they could recognize those thieves. The bad that lies in bed at noon all love to be out by the light of the moon. Bat is the bird that sleeps during day and wake during night. So, in this moonlight, the bat, that is bird, likes to come out, roam here and there. So, he also likes the moon and moonlight. The scenario is explained in this poem. What is the situation? That it is the night, and in night the poet can see the moon, and the moon is shining, and that light comes on the thieves which are trying to enter in the house, and the street is very calm. There is no sound. Everything is very calm, silent, and some animals can be seen there. Which are those animals? Cat, rat, dog. They are making some noise, and the bat, which is night bird, that used to sleep during day and wake during night, that bird or that bat is roaming right now in the moonlight. So bat also loves moonlight, just like the poet. So the situation is explained. Now why the dog is barking? Because the dog recognized those thieves. But all of the things that belong to the day cuddle to sleep, to be out of her way. All of the things which I can see in the day, that all things which are moving, suddenly they cuddle up and sleep during night. The scenario of night is quite different, quite opposite from the scenario of day. The situation is completely opposite. Everything that used to be during day, now they all are sleeping. There is no rush of vehicles, there are no people, animals are sleeping, birds are sleeping, only bat, that is night bird, that is awakened. And as the dog could sense the thieves, so that is why dog started barking, and cat and mouse also started moving and making sound. And flowers and children close their eyes. Flowers, trees are also sleeping during night. Children are also sleeping during night. Till up in the morning the sun shall arise, and they will be sleeping until the sun rise in the morning. So during night they all are sleeping and they will be awakened in the morning. So this was the poem. In this poem, it is said that it is the night time and everything is calm, quiet, silent. All the things which were there in day, now the situation is quite opposite. The daytime had noise, there were rush, but during night there is silence and peace. There is no one who is awakened. Only night bird, that is bat, is roaming in the moonlight because it loves moonlight. And the thieves, when the people are sleeping, they want to do the robbery, and that is why they are coming in night, so that no one can see them. And during night only the thieves are awakened, bat is awakened. When the thieves are trying to come in the house, so the dog could sense it, and dog also awake and started barking, howling. And with that, the cat and mouse also started shouting and started moving. So everything was silent when the thieves entered. That time some movements happened of dog, bat, cat and mouse Otherwise, everything was quiet and silent. Everyone here are sleeping. Children are sleeping, flowers are sleeping, trees are sleeping, birds are sleeping. All humans, vehicles are not there on the road. So there is peace, calm and silence. All are sleeping and they will be sleeping until the next sun rises, until the morning comes. So till the next morning they will be sleeping during night. Here you can see in this image that these are the thieves, and when they tried to enter in the house, the dog saw them and started barking, and mouse and rat also started shouting, and the thieves left the house. How the poet can see all these things? Because of moonlight. So that is why poet likes the moon. Because first thing, that moon look like the clock which poet have in their hall, and second thing, the moon is shining, and because of that shining, because of moonlight, the poet can see those thieves and the movements which happened when the thieves came. So the poet could see all those things only because of moonlight. So it is the moon that had them to see during night. Now some questions are given and we will write the answers of these questions from the poem. Let us see the exercise now. First exercise is state whether these sentences are true or false. The moon shines on streets, fields and harbor quays. Yes, the moon shines. The moonlight is shining on the street, field and harbor quays. So that is true. The cat likes to be out by the light of the moon. Yes, the cat also likes to be out in the moonlight. So that is also true because we saw that dog, cat, mouse and bat are awakened. Next is why the cat is awakened, because the cat is searching for mouse. As everyone are sleeping, so mouse started running because everyone are sleeping, so mouse can find the food and without any disturbance. So when the cat saw the mouse, so cat also started running after the mouse. That is why cat is also awakened. The bat sleep during the night. No, bat is night animal, night bird. So it doesn't sleep during night. But the bat sleep during day and awake during night. The creatures that belong to the day sleep at night. True. Most of the creatures, animals, birds, people who are awakened during day, at the time of night they used to sleep. Those who sleep in day are awakened in night. The sun rises at night. No, the sun rises in morning. At night we can see only moon and stars. So this is wrong. The sun rises in morning and the moon rises in night. Now the next exercise is questions are given and you have to find the answers of this question from the given poem or stanza. What does the poet compare the face of the moon to? As I told you that the face of the moon is round, just like the shape of the wall which the poet has in the hall, in their house. So the wall, the watch or the clock and moon both have same shape, that is circle, round. That is why The poet is comparing the face of moon with the clock because both have same shape. The poet compared the face of the moon to the face of the clock in the hall. Where are the birds? All other birds are sleeping in the halls of trees, but only bat, who sleeps during day, is awakened during night. The birds are asleep in the branches of the trees. Where are they? They are sleeping in the branches of the trees. Which animal, according to the poet, love to be out by the light of the moon? Which animal? That is bat. The fact about bat is it is night bird, and even though it is bird, but it does not lay eggs. It lays babies, and that is why the bat is called mammal. So that is why the bat can be called animal. The bat loves to be out by the light of the moon. Which bird? All the birds are sleeping. Only the bat, who used to sleep during day, is awakened and like to roam here and there, wander in the moonlight. So the bat loves moonlight. What do children and flowers do at night? The children and flowers are sleeping during night because they awake during day and sleep during night. Now, pick any 4 pairs of rhyming words from the poem. You have to write the rhyming words from the poem. Let us see those rhyming words. Here you can see hall and wall is rhyming. Then mouse and house is rhyming. Noon and moon is rhyming. Then day and way is rhyming. So these are the rhyming words. How will you come to know that they are rhyming words? The last sound will be same. Hall, la, wall, la. So the pronunciation is similar. Mouse, house, us. The last sound is similar. So these kind of words are called rhyming words which have common pronunciation or same pronunciation. Noon, moon. Day, way. The rhythm is going similar. So these are the rhyming words which you have to write here. Hall, wall, mouse, house, noon, moon, day, way. With this, the rhyming words are done, which are given in this poem. We have to write only 4 rhyming words. Now here we have completed the exercise and I have explained to you one passage and one stanza, that is poem. And we have done the exercise of that paragraph and stanza. With this, we have completed this chapter and I hope that now this topic of reading comprehension is clear to you. Again, I am explaining what you have to do in reading comprehension. You have to read the paragraph or stanza, understand it, and then some questions will be given. You have to find the answers of those questions from the given paragraph or stanza. In this way, reading comprehension is done. So with this, the explanation of this chapter has been completed. We have completed the exercise and now this video comes to an end. We will meet in next video with new chapter, and till then, take care of yourself, be safe, keep on learning. Thanks for being with me. See you.